What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday I gave you guys one play, which was the Philadelphia Phillies, and I said to take it at a -1. They ended up winning 8-0. It was a super easy sweep for 8-0. Pirates completely crashed. I also talked about three other different plays, which was the Rays, the Texans, and the Dodgers. All three of those other teams won. So if you were on yesterday's video, I pretty much gave away four picks, and all four of them hit. Like I said, one of the plays was super easy, which was the Philadelphia Phillies, 8-0. And then the other three were all easy as well, except for the Texans. They struggled a little bit, but they came through and they won. So I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of the best teams that are available right now in the last 7 days. I'm going to break that down very quickly. Then I'm going to give you guys the one play that I really like for today. So stay tuned for that. Also, I'm going to give you guys the teams that I'm actually considering, just like I did yesterday. I gave you the breakdown of why I was looking at those teams. I'll kind of do the same thing today. I do already have 6 plays out in the VIP. I'm going to throw in probably about another 2 or 3 more before the day is over. So if you guys want access to that, go to the link in the description, click on VIP. Also, do not snooze on the free picks. 12-2 run in the last 5 days on the free picks. Yesterday, like I mentioned, was a 4-0 sweep. Here's the proof. Phillies went 8-0. The Rays went 10-4. The Texans went 4-2. And then the Dodgers went easily 9-3. Here's the overall VIP plays. I'm not going to get into all this stuff here, but 13-5 overall. Some of these were live bets, so they were not thrown inside the VIP. They were thrown in the Discord under the live bets. But you can see the Dodgers right there. Mexico, I won on 4 different bets for Mexico game. I went on the over, Mexico to win, not to be a tie. And then I also took France on a live bet. We took another one on Mexico under 2.5. We took the Rays, which I gave away. Another batter props over here. This is the Phillies that I gave away as well. And then I talked about the Rangers. So again, 13-5 overall on yesterday's picks. All right, guys. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but this is the best teams in the last 7 days and why they're winning versus why the worst teams are losing right now. So Tampa Bay Rays, you can see they've got 6 wins, 0 losses. They do have a comeback potential. The Texans, they have 6 wins, 0 losses. I'm sorry, 1 loss. Power surge, comeback, bullpen meltdown. So they have lost the game because of the bullpen meltdown. Chicago Cubs have comeback kings. You got the Dodgers, 5 wins, 1 loss. Miami Marlins, 5 wins and 1 loss. And then you got New York is completely tanking right now. Their bats are silent, and their starter is getting pulled short. Also, the Blue Jays right here, 1 win, 6 losses. Again, bats are silent, and they're pulling the starter short. Baltimore, same thing. So three sorry teams right now: Yankees, Toronto, Baltimore. I did talk about the Yankees a few times, how bad they've been tanking, and I actually skipped them yesterday because of the same reason. Again, Miami's on fire, Dodgers, Cubs, Texans, and Rangers. All right, so the first thing I look at is this thing called the sharp edge and the sharp line monitor. I've talked about this several different times. So I'm going to give you one example. If we look at the Brewers right here, you can see that the line shifted very slightly, 153 to 156, and now it's actually coming back towards the Reds. So this line movement is very important. And what I did is I actually now pushed this to the bottom so that instead of looking through every single one of these and try to figure out which ones are good, which ones are not, they're literally, you scroll down to the bottom and it tells you right here, the Diamondbacks moved 12 cents. Astros are moving 7 cents. Nationals as an underdog are moving. And then the Padres are moving. Everything else is kind of stuck or doesn't make sense as far as the line movement goes. Now, as far as the convergence, this actually goes based on the line movement. So if there's no line movement, then this doesn't get updated. But you can see right here, the Royals are actually the line movement is going in the Royals' favor. So if you were looking at the Tampa Bay Rays today, the line is actually shifting against them. So that's one of the reasons I'm skipping the Rays, because the line movement is against them. You got the Astros right here, pretty much 4 out of 6 things are in their favor. And then you got the Braves, pretty much their 4 out of 6 things are also in their favor, including the line move. So only one thing is going against them, which is the OPS. But if you look at this OPS, it's very similar, meaning on-base percentage. Both teams are very similar on batting. So everything else is pointing towards Atlanta today, except for the batting, but the batting is not a big mismatch at all. All right, and after that, once I start having a clear picture of where I should be looking, also if you go to the sharp plays over here, it tells you should be looking at Atlanta, just like I had mentioned. It's an 8 out of 10 confidence, and also to take a look at Minnesota and Houston on the over. So those two teams are the ones I'm going to be looking at as well, but I'm going to give you guys another one. So right here you can see the Chicago White Sox are supposed to win, the Rangers are supposed to win, the Yankees are supposed to win, the Cubs, the Mets, the Braves, Houston Astros, the Marlins, the Dodgers. So out of all these games, these are the ones that are projected to win. So the first one I'm really considering is the Texas Rangers. I showed you there's a very hot team right now. The verdict does say that 4 out of 6 things align with DeGrom and the Texas Rangers. The line is moving very, very slightly, and it's sort of at a pick 'em. You can see Cleveland, they're pretty much a 50-50 coin toss. However, these guys are straight trash over here. The Guardians, in the last 12 games at home, they've been very sorry. 33% hit rate. We got 2 starting pitchers. The FIP is not shown here, but the FIP is actually a lot stronger from McKenzie Gore, which he's a lot better overall because of the FIP. Now you got the bullpen. It's on the other side, so it is a bit of a mismatch. I don't trust. You can see the OPS on the bats are a lot stronger for Texas. I'm going to stay away from this game because the way I was looking at this was the first 5 innings because of the strong pitching and the somewhat similar 50-50 chance on everything else. So what I was doing is looking at the first 5 innings, but I'm even going to skip on that because the overall picture doesn't make sense. So this is one of the things that came up, but I'm going to stay away from this one. The Houston Astros, I'm not confirmed on this yet, but I'm looking at the over on this game. The Atlanta Braves, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but you can see it's a big mismatch already. 3 projected scores is Braves to win by 1.5 runs. Also, the verdict is there. The line movement is there. The projection, the win probability, the money line, the expert insights, the pitching is better. Pretty much everything is better on the Braves side. The Marlins, this is a huge mismatch. However, it's priced too much. So it's super expensive. You can see it went from a 156 to a 161. The only way I would play this is either at a -1 or a -1.5. Like I said, I'm not confirmed on that yet. If you want my final plays, go to the link in the description and click on VIP. The last one I'll explain before I give you the play is going to be the Brewers. The Brewers pretty much went from 153 to 160. The win probability is 61%. They do have a decent pitcher over here, Drohan, Andrew Abbott. The ERA is a little bit misleading because this guy has a huge number on the FIP, meaning that he is a lot worse than what these numbers are showing. Drohan is on the opposite side of that, so Drohan is a much better pitcher. You got the bullpen is much better. Overall, I do like this team, especially with the OPS being lopsided over here with the last 7 days. Milwaukee being top 5 versus bottom 15 for Cincinnati. So those are all the teams that I'm leaning on. For some reason, in the last 1 day or 2 days, people have said, like, what is your play? If it's not obvious enough, I'm going to make it very clear because yesterday I did make it very clear. I said the Phillies at a -1. I even put it up on the screen. So I don't understand why people don't or didn't understand what play it was. So again, I'm going to make, because of those comments, I'm going to make it very clear what I'm going with. Let me show you the team that I'm going with and the exact play that I'm taking for this play. So the play I'm going to give you guys is the Braves. So if you go right here, again, projected score is 5 compared to 3.5. The convergence is 4 out of 5 things are aligning with the Braves. I showed you this other page already. You can see everything is aligning in their favor except for the OPS, but the OPS is not a big deal because they're very, very similar, 28 and number 29. Now we go back to the line move. You can see it's going in their favor. Public is all over it. The bets percentage and the money percentage is all over it. 57% win probability. These guys are just straight trash as underdogs. In their last 13 games, they've only won 4 games. Ronaldo Lopez is a much better pitcher. He's an A- grade. And then we got the bullpen, which is ridiculous. This is the reason I'm going with this play. The Dodgers have not been doing good at all, especially with Ronald Acuna Jr. being uninjured. Maybe he's injured, maybe he's not. I don't know. But once he got injured, he actually started dipping really bad. But here's the difference in this game is the bullpen. So pretty much the starting pitching is similar. The batting is similar. Everything else is kind of similar. But then you get to the bullpen, and this is the biggest mismatch in the bullpen for today's slate. You can see 1.58 compared to a 4.24. So the bullpen is much, much stronger for Atlanta versus the Cardinals. And that's kind of proven right here. You can see all the green on the right versus the left. And then one final thing I'll show you is that the run projections for the odds currently in DraftKings, it's saying over 4.5, meaning they're projected to go over 5 runs. Compare that to the St. Louis, they're projected to go under 5 runs. So St. Louis should be scoring less than Atlanta is what this is saying. So the play I'm going with is Atlanta on the money line. That's the bet that I'm going with. Atlanta on the money line. I'm also looking at the Marlins either at a -1, -1.5. I'm not sure on that one yet. I'm also looking at Milwaukee Brewers and then the Houston Astros and the Twins on the over. And I'm also considering the Texas Rangers on the first 5 innings. Again, guys, if you want my final card, go to the link in the pinned comments. Also, check us out for VIP. You can do 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. If you do the 1 week, you type in the code word Beast Week and you get 50% off. Also, if you want access to the tool that I've been showing you, which is the Sharp Edge, you get 7 days for free. Also, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. I haven't done this in a few days, so if you leave a comment, if you're subscribed, if you like the video, if you do all 3 of those things, like, comment, subscribe, I'm going to randomly pick 1 month free VIP that is in the next couple of videos. So it's going to be random. The only way you can win is if you comment, like, and you're subscribed. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers.